Long ago, there lived a boy named Kazoo. Kazoo was very, very poor. He had so little to call his own. And on top of that, his father was very ill, laying in bed. That made it Kazoo's responsibility, though he was only a boy, to care and provide for his family. But thankfully, Kazoo did not have to do this alone. Kazoo's best friend was Big Kim. Now, Big Kim was an elephant. Not just any elephant. Big Kim was the largest elephant that anyone in the land had ever seen. 12 feet tall, stronger than any animal on earth. Now, Kazoo and Big Kim, they would travel from farm to farm helping the farmers. Some days, Big Kim would wrap his long trunk around big logs and drag them off of the field so that the farmers can plant. Other days, there were heavy loads to load on Big Kim's back so that he could carry them to market for the farmers. Kazoo helped and guided and led the way, and when they were done with their work, the farmers would pay Big Kim and Kazoo often in Big Kim's favorite food, bananas. This is how Kazoo provided for his family. It was a relatively happy life. Even though they didn't have much, they worked hard and were friends with everyone. And so life went on. And it happened, as it does so often, that one year was not like the others. The season when the rains were to fall and nourish the ground, well, the rains never came. And though people waited and prayed and chanted, the rain never came. And the little plants that had poked up out of the earth shriveled and turned to dust. Everyone was hungry. But what worried them the most was their landlord. At the end of the growing season, when the harvest season came, the landlord sent soldiers to come and collect the rent from all of those who used his land. The people of the village knew that if the soldiers came and there was no money, no rent to be given, that the soldiers would ruin their village. Kazoo knew this. He worried along with everyone else, and one night he lay in bed, tossing and turning, thinking about this problem. And Kazoo thought, what can a little boy like me do to help our whole village, to save them from the wrath of the soldiers? But an idea popped into Kazoo's head. An idea that grew all night long. And the next day, he went to the village elders to tell them his plan. Everyone thought it was a good plan. Kazoo was going to turn Big Kim into a dragon to scare away the soldiers. Everyone got to work to make Kazoo's dream a reality. They began fashioning dragon wings out of big leaves, painting them so that they were shiny and red and gold. They crafted a covering for the top of Big Kim to match the red and the gold colors. Kazoo created a dragon mask with beady eyes and big teeth and nose holes. And there was a handle on the back of the mask so that Big Kim could hold on to the mask with his trunk and then move it around so that his trunk looked like the dragon's neck. When the costume was completed, they put it on Big Kim, and Big Kim played along. He took hold of that mask, and he put it high in the air. They fashioned the wings and the body onto Big Kim's body. They put a big tail on Big Kim's back that had huge spikes, and then they painted the rest of his body with natural paints, the reds and the golds, making it look like he had scales. And the day arrived when they knew the soldiers would come. They took Big Kim and had him stand right there at the front of the village. And then they waited for the soldiers to come from over the hill. Kazoo, he lit incense in the mass so that the dragon's nose, the nostrils billowed with big puffs of smoke. And one day, at one point, they heard the beat of the soldiers. And as the soldiers came up over the hill, they finally could see the soldiers, and they kept marching towards the village until all at once, all of the soldiers stopped. And the villagers could tell. They were looking down towards the village, trying to decipher what it was that they saw. And when they realized that they were looking into the eyes of a smoky dragon, the soldiers turned around and bolted, never to be seen again. Ah, the village cheered. They lifted Kazoo up onto Big Kim's back. They paraded through the village. And when the rains once again came, the farmers planted a banana orchard just for Big Kim to honor him and his little friend Kazoo that had saved the village with a big dream. Thanks for listening.